Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome everyone here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, Antonette Waite, and we are here on KCAA Radio Network. We are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports, and we cover over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles. And if you're looking for our show, we are all on your favorite streaming channels. Today, I have a special guest for you. Her name is Michele Koonin. Michele is the founder and director of Affordable Online Classes, a web-based platform for helping individuals and organizations develop and maintain healthy, profitable environments by creating learning experiences that inspire action, not just awareness. So let's go ahead and welcome Michele. Michele, welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle.
Thank you for having me.
So how are you doing today, Michele?
I am doing well, thank you.
Okay. And Michele, where are you based?
I'm in San Diego, California, right at the bottom end of the country.
And so you are the founder of the online affordable classes. Can you tell us more about this program?
Absolutely. Affordable Online Classes is a web-based program where we offer both live stream and self-paced classes. So live stream are groups that are done on a regulated basis for a regulated amount of time around a specific topic and led by a certified facilitator. The self-paced classes are ones that have been developed so people can take them at their own pace in their own time, whatever is appropriate for them.
Okay. So how many years have you been doing this course?
Affordable Online Classes is 4 years old. It grew out of I'm a therapist by practice, and I came to the realization that my passion is to make the world a better place, make it a kinder, more compassionate place. And I realized I can do that work in the office one person at a time, or I can reach out, develop the web-based program, and I can reach many, many more people. And then it becomes that it's not a trickle effect, but it's I touch you, you touch 3 others, they touch 5 others, and all of a sudden we're making a lot of progress in a much shorter period of time.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand the benefits of the online courses and who are the people that you are helping. Can you describe more what does it do for an organization and who are the people that can benefit from it?
We started out having mostly court-ordered or probation or parole-ordered clients, oftentimes from family court too. So people who were involved in family violence, elder abuse, child abuse were mandated to come into a program. And now the goal is to reach out to businesses and organizations. And first of all, there's a law in California that says every business with 5 or more employees has to have a workplace violence prevention plan in place. So we have got that. And then the goal is to work with those organizations past just doing what's required and help them develop cultures that are positive, safe, caring, and thereby much more profitable.
Okay. So Michele, I am curious what motivated you to start this? I mean, what was your background and how many years in that field?
My background is I've been a licensed mental health therapist for 40 years and have been in private practice for the past 33 years and went back because I thought I needed to know more about business, and I got an MBA and decided that there are other ways and things that I want to create, I want to do. And then I lost my daughter to violence and abuse.
Oh
And
my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
my goal is that there will be no more Nikki's.
Okay. That's That's hard to experience. And so, okay, so you said you had 33 years of private practice. And during that time, I mean, what was the what are the things that you experienced from there that really built you to where you're able to do this? I mean, I'm trying to understand the transition, Michelle, because that was a lot of years being in that field.
You're right. There's several things. One is there's very often a commonality in stories that people come into and wanting help from. They grew up in dysfunctional families. They didn't learn good skills for having relationships. They don't know how to be assertive. They are shy or introverted, and they're in a lot of pain.
Mhm.
And seeing that and realizing what I'm doing is I'm the after part. The injury's already there, and I am helping to the injury recover, the psychic emotional injury. What would be more important, and wouldn't it be fabulous if we could prevent all these injuries from happening? If we
Okay.
could create a world where there are much more functional behaviors, where we teach kids how to have healthy relationships, where we say hello and goodbye, and wow, we give away smiles all the time, then we would put therapists out of business. And I think that would be a great idea.
Okay. Now, with the story of losing your daughter, are you willing to share more information about that in regards to what happened?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
My daughter was a very vibrant human being, full of a lot of personality, and she had her own demons. She battled alcoholism. She, my ex and I gave her a good genealogy. We both come from a long line of alcoholics, so she was set up for it in many ways. And she battled it for a long time, met a man who she was going to fix. She was going to rescue him. She was going to love him back to health. And he came from a crazy past. He came from a home where the father deserted him. He didn't even know who his dad was. Mom would give him away regularly to the child welfare services because he was incorrigible. And then she'd go back and get him. He had been in and out of prison, and she met him, fell in love with him, and married him. And she then started being a little bit evasive with me. She would wear long sleeve shirts, or she would wear turtlenecks because he was being abusive, and she didn't want to tell me about it. And then if you think about it, here I am, I'm an expert in domestic violence, an expert in recognizing it and hoping to treat it, and my daughter's caught up in the cycle. She was getting out of the relationship and moving towards a divorce. And he called her up one day and said, "Can we talk?" She did it. She talked. He ended up carjacking her and took her on this long, crazy ride, eventually crashing into an old Studebaker, which was made of steel. So she took a blow to her liver, and she'd already
Okay.
had an impaired liver. That was in April. And so he got out of the car, ran away. She was in the hospital. When she got out of the hospital, he had not been caught. So I had to send her away to be with people out of town because he knew where I lived. We got a restraining order. And I learned so much about the victim side of this situation during that time, because he couldn't be found to get the restraining order served. He finally was served with the restraining order, and he went to jail. And she had to come back and testify against him. That was the time where I saw my daughter's heart break, because when he went to court, they pushed him in a wheelchair, like he's all injured, he can't do anything. And he has a woman there who's supposed to be his girlfriend, who's pregnant, and he wanted to be out on bail so he could support the girlfriend. And here's my daughter, his wife, who'd had a miscarriage a year and a half ago. And I watched her, just the light seep out of her eyes. And that was in June. She started drinking again. And in September, on Labor Day, she came downstairs. We were going to have a barbecue, and she was so yellow, she shined. So I took her to the hospital, and 3 months later, being in and out of the hospital over and over again, she died.
Oh my God. How long was this ago?
It'll be 17 years in December.
Okay.
So the shining light out of that I think is an important part of the story too. And it took me a while to know this, that I then had a responsibility, and I had to ask a question of myself. I have the right to go anywhere, anytime I want, any room, and I get to go to the corner and I can stand there and cry because I lost a kid. Or I can go forward and be the very best person possible in her honor and work to change the world. When a month before she died, we were talking, and she said, and you have to understand the context of this because it wasn't sent in any kind of mean way. She said, Mom, this is all your fault. And I said, what do you mean it's all my fault? She said, you taught me to always find something good in someone. And I said, you know what, Nikki, you're right. I did. I also told you to be aware that you may need to take care of yourself and protect yourself. And she said, in her usual Nikki style, she said, I don't think I listened to that part very well. So that's another part of my passion. Yeah, it's good to be kind. It's good to be caring. You also have to be caring and kind to yourself.
Okay. All right, Michelle, this is amazing. Let me take a commercial break and we will be right back. For everyone out there, don't go away. This is the Fabulous Lifestyle
Welcome
Radio
to the
Talk
Fabulous
Show.
Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.